I think they have the hardest pick in this draft. I think Caleb Williams has been the consistent #1 guy this whole time. And then it's been Jayden Daniels and Drake Maye, and they've kind of bounced back and forth. And then J.J. McCarthy has come kind of shooting up the draft board that maybe he's in the conversation. And I think now the pressure goes on Washington because now whoever you decide to pick, it's going to be, well, you should have went and then got this guy, or you should have got that guy. So I look at them as having the most pressure. How do you feel about the rest of these guys? Who's the clear-cut #2 to you?
Well, it's a great question. I've dug into it. I've watched a lot of the tape on both of them. I've talked to a lot of people who have talked to the guys, and by all accounts, fantastic kids who love football, smart, can pick it up, all of that. So it doesn't seem to be like there's any red flags with anybody else in this group. I couldn't believe how good Jayden Daniels was when I put the tape on. You know, we get into the season and we see highlights of guys, or I see a quarter and a half of an LSU game, or you see this, it's bits and pieces of it. And I'm like, wow, this kid must be pretty good. 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He wins the Heisman, huh? You know, and so then I dive into the tape, and I couldn't believe how refined he was. He's got elite athleticism. He's tall and lean. The one thing that concerns you a little bit is that he's slight. But you'd rather have them be slight at this age where they can develop than too big where you got to thin them out. So that doesn't really bother me. He's got a big frame. I think he'll be plenty big enough to play the position over the course of his career. Athleticism off the charts, ability to run. He's not Lamar Jackson, but boy, some of the runs he makes, I'm like, ah, damn, is this guy good? You know, But where I was so impressed with him was efficiency with his feet, efficiency with his stroke, ability to throw different kinds of balls. He can drive the ball. He can lay the ball, like layer it over the linebacker, throw a deep over route, throw it in cut, you know, where he's got to put it over somebody before his safety. I thought he threw with timing and anticipation. I thought his touch on fades and stuff down by the goal line was really good. And I think it goes back to his emphasis on his footwork. I talked to Mike Denbrock, who's the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame now, who was his offensive coordinator the last couple of years at LSU. And he said his biggest step was to refine his footwork and try to develop as a pocket passer who can progress. Okay, #1's not there, I take off. That was him 2 years ago. Now #1's not there. I go to 2, I go to 3, I find the check down. Oh, #1's not there, 2, I get pressured, I go make a 20-yard run. So he's shown that he can make a big run. Where he's developed is the efficiency, the being more fundamentally sound with his feet and with his arm, and then the ability to go through progressions. And you see it every week against the best competition in the country. So when I put that tape on, I was like, wow. I was really impressed. I had kind of heard the hype. I had seen flashes of it, but week in and week out, pretty darn impressive. Drake Maye, for me, was a little less impressive on tape. He certainly didn't have that wow year. Now, the first thing that somebody would say is, well, he doesn't have 2 first-round receivers, and he doesn't have this, and he's playing all of that. And I get that. He does have some similar traits in that he can throw it. He can throw it short, deep, drive it, lay it. He can get out of trouble with his feet. Number of plays that he made just simply escaping in big moments. It was really impressive. I thought he was a little more inconsistent throwing the ball. He had some misses. It's like he has an out route that he should make. He throws it over the guy's head. You're like, huh. You know, he's too good to have that miss. Having said that, that's something as a coach you say, got it. He's still young. We can get him there. You know, these quarterbacks have a longer runway now, and they can grow and develop their arm efficiency, their accuracy as they go. So that wouldn't be a red flag. One of the things that's so impressive about him is people love him as a kid, and his football intelligence apparently is off the charts. That they really think he's a smart guy who picks things up very quickly. So for me, those 2 guys are the next 2. From the tape that I watch, I like Jayden Daniels better. I'd be surprised if the Commanders didn't take him first. And then you know, it goes back to your old team at number 3, New England. Do they take Drake Maye, or does someone come up into that spot? It'll be interesting to see.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.